According to WHO, 34% of the world adult population are overweight, and 13% of this overweight population are obese, making obesity an epidemic of global proportion. So why don't we have a drug that can help us with weight loss? Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Peter, and on this channel I do a little bit of medical lifestyle and a little bit of academics. The answer to that question, why don't we have a drug that helps us with weight loss, is a biochemical enzyme known as pyruvate dehydrogenase. But before I bore you with biochemistry, which took me about 3 years to learn in medical school, let me tell you about something that happened in the 1970s. In the 1970s, some group of biochemists and pharmacologists discovered a wonder drug, a drug that can literally help you lose weight without you doing anything, without you moving a finger or going to the gym. You just stay at home and automatically lose weight. The name of this wonder drug was Dinitrophenol. Now, Dinitrophenol was actually a wonder drug because all you have to do is sit down and automatically lose weight. But the problem was with this enzyme known as pyruvate dehydrogenase. Now, every single food molecule you eat, everything you eat comes into your body either as carbohydrates, sugars, proteins, amino acids, or fatty acids, or lipids as we call them. Now, the end product of the metabolism of all these food products is a molecule known as acetyl-CoA. And acetyl-CoA is so important because it gets onto another pathway which we call the Krebs cycle, and then from the Krebs cycle it goes into another pathway we call the electrotransport chain. But eventually what happens at the end of the day is that energy is produced in form of biochemical molecules known as ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This ATP is the energy we actually use to read, to watch this YouTube video, to go to the gym, to walk around. That is the energy we use, ATP. Now, DMP, that wonder drug, was supposed to work by making all the energy we get from food substance by converting it directly to heat. So let me put things in perspective for you. 1 cup of Bonvita can sustain a 70 kg man to run a 5-kilometer run. DMP was supposed to work magically by separating the process of metabolism from energy production, such that all the energy you get from the food you eat is converted directly into heat. Now you can see the problem immediately. When that happens, the core temperature of the body rises significantly. I'm talking about fevers of up to 40 degrees and 41 degrees when the normal body temperature is around 37 degrees centigrade. So now, all that energy converted into heat can actually kill a person. So what's the role of pyruvate dehydrogenase in all this? Sugars can be broken down to give us energy. Proteins can be broken down to give us energy. And lipids, fats, can be broken down to give us energy. Now, all these pathways are actually interrelated, but for one exception. While sugars can be converted into fat, what this means is that if you take a bottle of Coke, it can actually be turned into fat and be deposited around your waist. If you take a donut, it can be converted into fat and put in front of your stomach as belly fat. The most lasting form of energy storage in the body is fat. While sugars can be converted into fat, unfortunately, the final enzyme that converts this process is known as pyruvate dehydrogenase, and that enzyme works in an irreversible way. This means that fat cannot be converted to sugar, and most of our body's tissues prefer sugar rather than fat. Sugars we eat is converted into fat and stored in the body, but the body cannot convert that fat back into sugar and use them when it needs it immediately. So we get into a situation where we eat sugars and it's converted to fat and stored in the body, and is stored long term in the body, and that's what causes us to gain weight. That's what causes us to make new holes in our belt. Now, since dinitrophenol was actually causing hyperthermia and causing death, it was quickly withdrawn from the market. But we didn't stop at that in our battle against obesity. Maxillofacial surgeons used to do a special procedure known as dental wiring. Now, what happens in dental wiring is a patient comes, maybe 150 kg, someone who really needs an intervention in their weight for their life, and then their teeth is wired shut. What that means is that their jaw is wired shut so that these patients cannot actually eat any solid food, and all they can eat or all they are allowed to eat is liquid food, and it works like magic. Patients come in weighing 150 kg, in a month they are 30 kg shorter, in 2 months they are half of their weight, and then they go back. But unfortunately, immediately these wires are removed from their teeth and they have access to solid food again, they rebound and get back to their weight, and some of them even worse than they came in the first place. So there was a problem in Now, from the 1970s up to today, there has been no major breakthrough in the development of drugs that can help with obesity. The point of all this is to say that all the teas you see, all the therapies you see, all the herbal products you see online that are, advertised to cause weight loss or to help with weight loss are actually not true. They are not true, and any testimonies or any positive results that are associated with all these falls under a category of results we call in medicine as placebo effect. And the placebo effect is essentially you taking a fake drug and actually having the desired results that you have in your mind. The placebo effect is real, however, it's not significant scientific evidence enough for anybody to market any magical product that is supposed to cause you to lose weight. So what is the scientific way that one can actually lose weight? The answer to that is as old as time. A strong modification in your diet, as well as inculcating physical exercise into your routine. Now, this is in no way meant to degrade those who are in the body transformation movement. However, the most reliable evidence we have is from dietary modification as well as physical activity inculcated into the lifestyle of that individual. This means that you have to make a strong alteration in the quantity and quality of what you eat, as well as combine physical activities. And when we talk about physical activity here, we mean aerobic and anaerobic activity if you want the maximum benefits. This means you have to hit the gym, raise weight to gain muscle. And the reason why you have to gain this muscle is because muscles have a higher basal metabolic rate than the rest of the body tissues. Meaning when you are asleep, the muscles you have developed from the gym will help you burn energy faster and actually help in the overall weight loss that you are trying to achieve. So what other modalities of treatments do we have for obesity? Surgery. And the surgery we're talking about here is gastric bypass. However, gastric bypass has a wonderful outcome when it comes to reduction of obesity. But before we offer gastric bypass to patients, the patient has to be morbidly obese, which means the patient has to have at least a BMI of 40 and above. Now, gastric bypass is a major surgery that has its own risk and complication associated with it. So the question is, do you want to subject yourself to gastric bypass, to surgery, major surgery, because of your weight? So anytime you see those ads that pop on your phone for a mysterious tea or herb that can help you lose weight or help you gain height or do a miraculous substance, I want you to remember this video and just look the other way like the rest of us. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and see you on the other side.